Guys, what did I tell you? What did I tell you guys? How long did it take for my prediction to come true? In this video that I have on my screen right now, this one right here, what did I tell you guys? Harada was the single thing people still had hope in to fix this game. Without Harada, nobody is going to give a fuck about this game anymore.
According to all known laws of aviation, there's no way a bee should be able to fly. Its wings are too small to get its fat little body off the ground. The bee, obviously, flies anyway.
Do you guys remember when I said that? Somehow, some way, I have actually outdone myself because this game is dying like 2 weeks after I made that video. Who would have thought that leaving Tekken in the hands of a scarecrow and a children's aeroplane would have resulted in the resurgence of the greatest 3D fighter of all time? Who thought that? I wouldn't have thought that, but I also have an IQ higher than the inbreds who think this game is real. Tekken 8 is a fever dream, bro. If you cover your eyes with your hands, it doesn't exist. I promise you. What I have right here is the 2026 Evo Japan registration numbers. This isn't the finalized list or anything. Evo Japan is in like May or something, but it's still pretty insightful to look at, you know. Street Fighter, like always, has the highest number of participants. This shouldn't be a surprise to anyone because for basically the entirety of Street Fighter's lifespan, they have put belt to every other fighting game in terms of tournament participants. It's pretty common knowledge that Street Fighter 6 has the most comp, and now second place, with 1/20th of the representation of Street Fighter 6, we have Guilty Gear Strive, and this is an immediate problem. While nothing ever tops Street Fighter in numbers, Tekken 8 is literally always second in representation. They never really like get close, but it's always like the bridge between Street Fighter and the other fighting games. Usually if Street Fighter has like 2,000 players, Tekken would have like 1,000, and then third would be like 300 or something in that ballpark. But let's just give Tekken the benefit of the doubt, okay? You know, maybe hype for the game is a bit down. You know, this could be an anomaly. Like, you know when the Minecraft YouTuber ends up dating a 13-year-old and then another one does it and then another one does it and then you start to think maybe there's something going on there. But no, anomalies. Tekken doing poorly is an anomaly, and that's why a game that was created in 1997 has more participants than Tekken 8. This is quite literally the funniest thing that I have seen all year, and you may think that's a bit sad. In 8 days of January, I still haven't found something funnier than Tekken 8. But your thoughts would be incorrect, because Tekken is actually just that funny. I'm crying, bro. This game is losing out to Darkstalkers, bro. I am sure at least 80% of the people watching this video right now don't even know what Darkstalkers is, bro. This game came out before I was born, fam. Have you ever heard of a country called the Federal Republic of Yugoslavia? Neither have I, but it existed back in 1997. This game came out during the Bill Clinton administration, fam. Can you believe that? Bro, the people who were playing this game back in the day probably have elderly bus passes now, bro. And it has more players attending Evo Japan than Tekken 8. We are witnessing in real time Tekken being cooked by pensioners, bro. We are witnessing Tekken being cooked by guys who can't even bend over without being hit with a just frame slip disc, bro. Tekken is being cooked by fossils. Bro, if Donald Trump is looking for natural oil, bro, fuck Greenland, fam. Just attend Evo Japan. There's going to be fossils everywhere playing Darkstalkers, bro. Pokemon enthusiasts are about to turn up just to get their free Ommanites. I am dead. Listen guys, I would never want to see my favorite game fail, But this is nobody's favorite game. You can't even go into the Tekken lounge and pull baddies like you can in other shit games. You will hop on a Discord call with someone you found in the Tekken lounge only to realize it's some Filipino twink talking about hop on Fightcade, bro. Shit is fucking washed. Honestly, I would hate to be a Tekken pro right now. Imagine your livelihood being tied to whether or not you can endure Michael Murray's clammy hands gripping on your ballsack, bro. Imagine you have kids and you need to get top 8 at a tournament and some random hobo off the street just does strings with Anna and now your kids are hungry as shit. I genuinely would have to find the nearest freeway and play football with moving vehicles. I could not take it. But do you want to know what's more dangerous than moving cars on the freeway? It's the fact that you guys have not subscribed to the channel. If you are liking the content, remember to like, comment, subscribe, and also go to the comment section, swipe right, and hype the video, bro. I don't know if this actually does anything, but I'm a hype kind of guy. Hype the video. That is a direct order. Do it or you're gay. Do it or you're gay, okay? But this is exactly what I said would happen. It's going to start with the tournament players because these guys at some point are going to realize, this game, it's not going to get fixed, is it? What point is there in me playing competitive anymore because of the state the game is in? Which is low-key hilarious, because one of the main reasons Tekken's gameplay got such a big overhaul in Tekken 8 is because Tekken 7 was apparently boring to watch. Not enough offense was being played. We all know this take was monkey-brained from the first time that it was brought up, and lo and behold, the most offensive Tekken game in the franchise's history is the most boring and unentertaining fighting game to watch that has ever been created. A big part of what got me into Tekken seriously, like I have always been into Tekken but I've never really tried to rank or anything, it was just a game I played with the boys or whatever, but a big part of what actually got me into sweating a little bit was the tournament videos that I saw on YouTube. Like many people, I was one of the guys who watched Lil Margin cook at that one Evo and was like, alright, I'ma play King. I found Lil Margin's run incredibly entertaining. Their game Michael Murray found boring. If I had a time machine, I could literally end slavery by rolling up to ancient Egypt with Michael Murray and showing them that their efforts in speedrunning pyramids and shit, it just was not worth it, bro. This is the end result. Michael Murray. For the record, guys, it's very unlikely that Darkstalkers will keep that top 3 spot over Tekken, as hilarious as that would be, because it's still like semi-early into the registrations, but Tekken's representation should never be this low, bro. Not even close. And if Tekken keeps going in the direction that it's been going in, this is only going to get worse. It's going to start with the tournament players, then it's going to be the actual players, and then you just have a dead game, which, honestly, deserved, bro. The only thing that is going to fix this is a good Season 3 patch. This team does have an opportunity to right their wrongs. Will they? Absolutely not. I will never in my life hype up another Tekken 8 patch whilst Nakatsu and Michael Murray are in charge. However, they do have the opportunity to do something. There is at least a 1% chance that something could happen because it will likely be a big patch so the team can stop being little pussy boys about nerfing characters. One more thing, guys, before I end off this video. Remember when I was like, Harada didn't really retire, he got removed from the company or whatever? I wasn't really buying him talking about how he's old and he needs to think about his health and all of this stuff. Well, the new news around town is that the guy is still receiving job offers. Now, call me crazy, but if you formally retire from something, especially if you're like a public figure, these things tend not to happen. Or you get offers, but they're just unserious, you know what I mean? Like a basketball player when they're retiring, like teams will offer them random bummy contract to try and ease them back in, kinda, sort of, depending on how good they were as a player, but unserious stuff, right? Harada is getting job offers to work for the military, bro. I imagine that role would probably be like something like creating some type of combat simulator for training or something like that. But that's the only link I can make between these two things. But that probably pays a lot of money, you know. Harada is still a guy who is in demand. This dude ain't retired, bro. If he was retired, he wouldn't even be entertaining these things, which he clearly is, or he wouldn't be talking about it on Twitter. Dudes think Harada is out here saying, yes, many job offer, but no job. Retirement. It's like those dudes that let their girls go clubbing, bro. Like, yeah, you could be ignoring a million dudes, but it only takes one guy to crack your girl, bro. In this case, it only takes one Virtua Fighter offer for Harada to possibly do the funniest thing of all time. Just imagine the look on this ugly fuck's face when Harada pulls up to Evo wearing a Revo polo and Virtua Fighter 6 Crocs, bro. I might actually die. And it will just prove everything that I've been saying the whole time about Harada was not fired. He was either asked to step down because he was actually giving pushback against the direction of the game, or Michael Murray just hit Harada with the eyes and stopped bro's theme song and was like, I was always Tekken, or some shit. I don't know how to sound like a cuck on video, bro. But I think that's it. Of course, this is all hypothetical, but Tekken, they need to lock in, bro. They gotta lock in. I don't know what more to say. If you liked the video, remember to like, comment, subscribe, all that good shit. Also, I keep forgetting to say this. Hype the video, bro. Go to the comments, swipe right, hype the video. Direct orders, guys. Do it or you're gay. And until next time, guys.